On a stormy night, a poor, homeless mother held her little boy close as she knocked on the door of a grand house. When the door opened, she pleaded in a trembling voice, "Please, give us a little food or some work." The wealthy man frowned in irritation. "Go away. People like you only disturb others." Heartbroken, she turned back into the heavy rain. But then the man caught sight of her small child. Something pierced his heart and he quickly called out, "Wait, is that your son? Do you really need work?" The woman nodded softly. "Come inside. I'll give you a job," he said. When she asked what the job was, he replied, "You'll see soon enough. Just take care of my son." He led her to a room where a young man sat huddled in a corner, tears streaming down his face. Gently, the father said, "Son, be strong. I know your pain." But the young man shouted, "No, only I know my pain. Leave me alone," and slammed the door. Moments later, he opened it again and noticed the woman and her child. Quietly he said, "Your child is beautiful. Please take good care of him," and closed the door once more. The woman grew uneasy and wanted to leave, but the father stopped her. "My son lost his wife and newborn baby in a car accident," he explained. "He is shattered. Perhaps you can help bring a little light back into his life." The woman stayed. The next morning she brought breakfast to the young man. He said softly, "I'm sorry I frightened you yesterday." She smiled. "It's all right. Please, eat." "I don't feel like eating," he whispered. "Where is your child?" "With your father's permission. He's in another room," she replied. Taking a deep breath, the young man said, "Your child reminds me of my own, and you remind me of my wife." The woman gently asked, "What happened to them?" He began, his voice heavy. "It was a night just like this. I was driving my wife to the hospital for our baby's delivery. The rain was pouring when the car skidded and struck a tree. I lost consciousness. When I woke up a week later, it was over. My wife and baby, whom I loved more than life, were both gone." The woman comforted him. "This world is temporary, but heaven is eternal. Your father's prayers and God's mercy are still with you. Your wife and baby would want you to find happiness again." Her words soothed his broken heart. For the first time in years, he sat down and began to eat. In the days that followed, his smile slowly returned. He bought new clothes for the woman and her child and said, "You brought hope back into my life." One day the woman said, "My work here is done. I must leave." The father gave her some money in gratitude. But soon the young man turned to his father. "We have to find her." They searched the streets until at last they saw her. "Where are you going?" he asked gently. "Just looking for a place to stay tonight," she replied. With tears in his eyes, the young man said, "You are the light God sent into my darkness. I want you and your beautiful child to be part of my life. Not just a helper. You're the reason I can smile again. Let's begin a new chapter together." The woman's eyes filled with joyful tears. "I'd be happy to know you better," she whispered. Sparkles. The story ends with a message of love, faith, and fresh beginnings.